So, I mean, I had to do it anyway, but I took off the base plate. This is the base plate that's underneath the entire layout, and it kind of goes this way because that notch in the corner. But I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna cut the base plate more. And instead of working down from the top and like removing this entire top so I could get access to the gearing, I went the other way. I just took off the bottom base plate. So that's necessarily the wisest move at this point of the game. But I honestly have forgotten so many things that I did in this layout and how I built it and the evolution of it, because this is kind of bothers me, but I'm not going to let it bother me too much. And the reason, so this is along this side, and I didn't have it on that side because, of course, I added the wiring. And this is kind of what I want to talk about. And you can't get these anymore new. I don't believe Rob Hendricks sells these any. These are the 120 volt to 3 volt converter units. So the 3 volts plugs into there from the wall wart, and then you can plug in 2 LifeLights kits per, or two connectors to LifeLights kits per. So that's 4 connectors altogether. And as I mentioned before, I have 1 connector there and 3 connectors there. So I have that's for all 4. Now, I seem to recall him telling me that each one of these plugs can have at least 8 LifeLights kits connected to it, basic and or advanced. So that means 8, 16, 24, 32 LifeLights kits. Now, with the landing pads having 2 each, so that's 8 there. And then I mentioned that I have, I don't know, a dozen or so in the entire tower. So that's probably 20 LifeLights kits I have, plus the conversion. Some of them are converted to, the connectors are connected to EL wire, which I don't know what amperage those things draw. So I try not to overload those. So this is perfect. And so I took out the space here to put this thing. So this thing sat right in there. Right, like, I modified a little bit, but right like that, basically. So you can plug it in the wires, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. And life goes on. And then there's some room over here for storage of wires. You can just tuck them in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to modify it so the wires, well, I guess it's not too bad. Like, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to clean this up definitely, because I hate these jiggy jogs that, you know, always drive me nuts. But this is the important piece to keep in here. I'm going to probably recess them a little bit, like down there. I'll have to figure that out, because it's too far. It's kind of level with here, and I want it to be back here somewhere. I forgot that I put the yellow plates in, and then this is the thing. So there are so many details, and everybody does this to their stuff, to their displays. When you have a big, huge display, so many things that you add to it that nobody's literally ever going to see. So you see these yellow 4x6 and 2x6. That's because these are the grates here, and here's the tower that, or the lift that goes through. All 4 of them will go through the entire tower. These grates you can see through, and you can see the yellow underneath, because I wanted people to see that. Of course, it's in the middle of the frickin' building. You cannot see unless you take it apart and then look down there. So this yellow was completely irrelevant. But I added it just in case people look through the grate and look, there's yellow down there, so it looks like it's not just a dark area kind of thing. I was actually going to add lighting down there too, like blinky lights and stuff, like in Star Trek and stuff, down blinky lights down in the pit somewhere. But of course I didn't do that. That's even more LifeLights kits. The other big snafu. So there's nothing wrong with the gear train. I just made this because I completely forgot. 1 plate too thin, so I have to put a second row of plates underneath. So it would have been perfectly fine. But I took it apart. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to make it look a little prettier, and put the base plate back on after I cut out a notch so the wire can get through the here. And then it's going to be ready. So I'm working on that, and I'll keep you posted. Talk to you soon.